Hello, welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Zeeworld update. So the last update about Once There Was a King. Grandma kills Gayatri and the show is now 7 years later. Gayatri's daughter is grown up now and her name is Rani. Let's continue. Rani climbs up a wooden stair to help a dog stuck up. The king's mother comes calling her. Rani says now they both will get beaten. The king's mother scolds Rani for not leaving the dog out. Rani asks the king's mother to help her first. Lakan comes there and angrily she says she must come down by herself as well. Rani was afraid of height. Lakan helps them both down and assures Rani that he will never let her fall down. The king's mother questions Rani about the dog, Kali Prasad. Rani explains that she left him away. He returned. He would help them in the household and guide their house as well. The king's mother forbids Rani to lie to her again and she leaves. Lakan asks Rani why she teases the king's mother so much. Rani explains that the king's mother gets angry at her because she makes her mood up. In the palace, Raja and his brother play cricket and have an argument. Raja makes a bad face at the name of Kaal. Rajeshwari offers a drink to Kaal. Kaal mocks the poor farmers to be humans. His minister laughed that they thought that Kaal would come there. Grandma questions Kaal why he denied the invitation. Grandma explains to Kaal that he has to get elected now. As the British have gone, he must now learn to mix up with the subject and speak softly. Raja again boasts Jivan, but he denies giving the bat. Raja now comes snatching the bat. Jivan calls Raja a cheater. Rageshwari complains to Kaal about Jivan. Kaal calls them both. Rageshwari advocates for Jivan. Kaal gets the bat to Jivan while Rajat was upset. Rani takes the king's mother's permission to go to the gathering. The king's mother wonders where she wants to go now. Raja cries and he was angry about Kaal. Grandma promises to take him somewhere where he will realize the world considered him to be Kaal's son only. The boys explains to Rani about a game on climbing a wood stair. Rani says that she is brave but she is not an idiot. She lied at home thinking that it must be a race. The children blackmail her that they would fight otherwise. Rani thinks for a while. Grandma comes to the gathering with Kaal and Raja and sends Raja away. The farmer calls Kaal on stage. Grandma dictates him the speech. She gets a cough in between. Kaal repeats a single statement. The children laugh that Kaal has forgotten his speech. The children ask about Rani who wasn't there. Raja denies using a smelling washroom. The caretaker suggested to use open farms as this all belongs to him. Rani comes behind him at school and throws a stone at his back. She questions if he was urinating in her class. He pointed a finger at her if she would stop him. Rani's mate comes to stand behind her. The boys mock Raja. Rani asks him to go to the washroom. He deters what she can do else. Rani says they will make a pickle of him. Raja runs away from harassment. He goes under a mango tree. Rani and the children blow crackhead behind him that makes him and his guard afraid. There is a call to begin the game. Rani keeps a marble in the spoon in her mouth and carefully walks towards the wall and climbs the wooden stairs. Raja gets a seat beside Kaal and informs him that he had gone for urinating. A girl teased him in the way. Rani had climbed the wall and walks on its edge. Kaal scolds Raja, calling him a coward. Raja looks up to see Rani up there. The king's mother and Lakan were worried as they watched Rani there. Rani turns to see them on the other side of the wall. The king's mother scolds Lakan for Rani's lie. Lakan runs to Rani and knows her as she slips off the wall. The boy had won. Lakan wipes Rani's tears. She asks till when will he save her? The king's mother also comes there. Kaal awards the winner. Rani was upset for losing. Kaal whispers to call Rani as well. Rani cheers and runs to the stage. The king's mother and Lakan hide behind a tree. Rani was gifted a bat. The king's mother recalls grandma's hatred for the king and Gayatri. Rani questions Kaal why she is being gifted. Kaal explains that she is really brave. That is why. He murmurs at Raja to learn something from her. Raja asks to gift her with the award. Rani mocks him to be a prince. Kaal gives the bat to Raja. He looks at Kaal then awards it to Rani. Rani cheers with the bat. She takes the blessings from Kaal, but as she bends to grandma, she watches her good hand. She runs away calling her a witch. The bat fell off her hand. The host farmer was apologetic. Grandma says that she is a kid after all. Raja holds the bat victoriously and runs away. Rani crosses the farm. The king's mother holds her in her arms and runs across the farm. Lakan gets them, making her calm. The king's mother shivers in panic. Lakan assures that they are unaware who Rani is. The king's mother promised that nothing will happen to Rani. She gets a cough and blood comes out from her sputum. Lakan was tense at once. In the palace, Raja boasts about winning the bat. Jivan put a foot in his way and won the bat. He reminds him the lesson in the morning to sacrifice everything for the younger boy. A young girl stops Raja's way in a similar manner, winning the bat. She takes it to Raja. Both laughs at Jivan. Jivan accuses Bindu, but Suana comes there and slaps Jivan. She asks if he had a hand over a girl, if this is what his father taught him. Kaal and Grandma watch this. The doctor assures the king's mother that she will get well soon. It was just a heat stroke in her old age. Rani forbids the king's mother to do any house chores. She will prepare Kara for her. Kaal comes to Suana. Suana confronts him well, saying that he couldn't teach any manners to his children. Kaal heads towards Bindu. Suana protects her child, holding his hand from behind. Kaal questions Suana is what? She is a daughter-in-law by the name only. Suana counters that he is also a prince by name only. If she goes to the police station, the police will come here and turn him into another animal. It made her so fearful that her fear has now ended. Suana says she can go away from this palace now and no one can stop her. Neither him nor this fallen wall, that is Grandma, but she will live here to witness their ends. She takes Bindu with her. Grandma stops Kaal and reminds him that everything has a time and a manner. Now is not the time to murder someone unquestionable. Kaal wants his son not to play with Bindu again. Raja asks Bindu in his room. He informs her about Kaal's warning. Bindu wonders if it was because her mother fought. She caused the elders to be idiots. Raja takes Bindu to play hidden from everyone. The doctor tells Lakan outside that the king's mother has tuberculosis and she is not well. It is dangerous. He has to get her treated in a tuberculosis hospital. Lakan was worried for her and inquires about the cost of her treatment. Lakan was even worried hearing the cost to be 500. The doctor was ready to get him some concession. Lakan was worried about the king's mother and Rani. He turns to see Rani crying if the king's mother would also leave her just like her mother. She prays in the temple and cries in front of Lakan. Lakan assures her to get the king's mother treated and they will work hard to get money. Thank you for watching my videos. Please don't forget to like my video and share it. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more updates. Thank you.